Okay, for this homework, you are going to have to change all of your fractions into decimals in order to maybe help you a little bit put them on the number line. You're also going to have to put the fractions, decimals, and percents onto the number line. When you change them to a decimal and you put it on the number line, you always want to put the original. So you always want to put that fraction, even if we change it into a decimal. Okay? So on the very first one, your number line is from 0 to 1. Okay? And the very first thing that you need to do before you even put the fractions onto the number line is put in your benchmarks. For me, it's always easy to think of going from two whole numbers as in money. So in the middle, what is in the middle of $1 and no dollars? And that would be 50 cents. Okay, so 0.5. That is also 1/2. Okay? Then you have to think what's in between. If I'm going to count and I'm going to break it up into 4 groups, how much is a quarter worth? So what's in between 0 and 50? And that would be 0.25, and then also 75 cents. 0.75. Okay? So for the very first number line, your first one, now that we have our benchmarks, we can start putting our fractions on. Our first number is 3/8. 3/8 as a decimal is 375 thousandths. But we always round to the hundredths, and looking at that number, if you have it in your calculator, that 5 is telling that 7 to go up to an 8. So our first number that we need to put on a number line is 38 hundredths, okay, which is also 3/8. Now, here, with these, we can always think of these as numbers, too. So, we're at 25, and we're at 50, 75, and then 1, or 100, if it's easier to think of it that way. So, where is 38 in comparison from 0 to 100, if you want to look at it that way? Well, I know that 25 is smaller than 38, so it's going to be bigger, so it's going to be somewhere over here. Okay, but then I know that 38 is smaller than 50, so it has to be in between 25 and 50. Okay, so then I think approximately, if I was going to put what is in between 50 and 25 is what I need to figure out. So this would approximately be 37.5 in between 25 and 50. So if I just move that over just a teeny tiny bit, so it's just a little bit more than halfway, I could say this is 3/8. Okay? Oops. Our next number is 5/6. 5 divided by 6 on our calculator. You get 0.833, and the 3 is repeating. Okay, again, if I'm going to round to the hundredths, so I'm rounding this number, so I look at this one, is that 3 bigger or smaller than 5? It's smaller, so then that just leaves this number the same. So it would be 0.83 or 83 hundredths. So then I look at my number line again. I know that 83 cents is kind of close to $1. It's more than 75, so it's approximately probably right here. Okay, and that fraction, again, I'm not putting the decimal, I'm going to put the fraction, and it was 5/6. Okay, the next one that I'm going to do is 1/4. 1/4, this one is very easy, it's 25. So I would just put 1/4 down below my 0.25. Okay, and the next one, you should probably know this one without even doing it on your calculator. 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5, and we already have that on our number line, so we don't need to put anything. And then the last one is 3/4. So 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. And it's right here, so it would be 1/4. Okay, so there's our set 1 for our number line fractions. 0, 1/4, 3/8, 1/2, 1/4, and 5/6. Oh, sorry, not 1/4, 3/4. Whew, good thing I caught that. 3/4. Okay, our next set is set 2. It's 2/8, 2/3, 9/15, 7/12, 1/4, and 3/5. Okay, our number line, again, it has us going from 0 to 1 because we don't have any holes. These are all parts of a hole. Okay, and again, we're going to put our benchmarks in. Halfway in between 1 and 0 is 50 because it's 50 cents. The next one, halfway in between 0 and 50 is 25 because it's 25 cents. So it goes 0, 25, 50, 75, and then $1. Okay? So our very first number fraction that we need to put in is 2/8. 2/8 as a decimal is 0.25. So you guys should know where to put that one. It should go right below your benchmark of 25. Okay, our next one is 2/3. Okay, this is a repeating decimal, so you need to look at that 6 next to the hundredths place. So it goes like this, 6, 6, 6, and it goes on forever. So we're rounding to the hundredths, so we're looking to see what happens to this number. We look in the thousandths. This number tells this number to go up to a 7. So this then would change to 0.67. And we need to find that on our number line. I know that 75 cents is more than 67 cents, and 67 cents is more than 50 cents. So I think it would probably go right here. Okay, and that fraction is 2/3. Okay, our next one is 9/15. Again, put it into your calculator, change it to a decimal. It's easier to put them in a number line if you change them to a decimal. So it's 0.6. Okay, well we know this one was 0.67 and the other one is 0.6. So it's going to be really, really close. Okay, and this one is 9/15. Notice that I did put it up here. That's okay. They don't always have to go on the bottom. They can go on the top, or you can also alternate them. Just as long as you make sure that they know what fraction you're talking about. Goes with which line. Okay, next one is 7/12. 7 divided by 12 in the calculator, you get this. 0.583, and the 3 is repeating. Okay, so again, we're going to look at this 8. And what is this 3 telling this 8 to do? Okay, it's telling it to stay the same because it's smaller than 5. So then, it would be 0.58, which is right about here. And that was 7/12. Okay, the next one is 1/4. 1 divided by 4, and that's 0.25. And again, you can just put it right here. That one was pretty easy. And then 3/8, or 3/5, I'm sorry, is 0.6. We already have 9/15, so we can also just put above 9/15 is 3/5. Okay? So I did 2 of those with you. Your job is to do the last 3 on your own. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.